have found the Genesis frequency. This is Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna welcoming you in to another episode of a show that focuses on your whole life prosperity and success. Whole life prosperity and success by cooperating with the universal laws that are available to each and every one of us. This is Quantum Leap Goal Achievement, Radical Personal Transformation, Whole Life Prosperity and Success. Now, stay tuned for another exciting episode that'll move the needle in your life from where you are now to where you want to be.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you are in the world. When you hit that play button, so glad you did. This is Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna coming at you with another episode of the Genesis Frequency. This is a show, if you're new, wondering what this is all about, this is a show all about your personal development, your professional development, your executive development, your leadership development, your spiritual development, all rolled into one. What is it that will help you move from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest amount of time possible? I call that making a quantum leap. Quantum leap goal achievement, radical personal transformation, moving the dial, moving the needle in your life. And I think we all want to do that if you are someone that always wants to be a better version of themselves than they were yesterday. That's what it's all about. And the things that I talk about on this show are things that I have studied, worked at, applied, and taken action with in my life. And they have proved to be very fruitful. So I'm simply sharing what has worked. And that's what we want to do. We want to study other people and see what has worked for others so that it may work for us. And if it works for us, you want to keep doing more of the same, right? What I want to talk about today, we got you set up doing the examination of your first quarter or the last 3 months, wherever you are. I recognize that people find this podcast and they can be listening to it for the first time, this episode, and in the middle of October or January 1st or any other time in between during the year. So last week we did hey, do a little analysis. What have you accomplished over the last 3 months? We have to always kind of, really look and gauge, did we get off track? And if we got off track, how far off track did we get? Right? So, so we're doing that on a regular basis. When it comes to goal achievement, we have to have firmly identified that big dream goal, and then we chunk it down and we break it apart, and we use our success planners to chart the course, to work the plan, to break it down to monthly, to weekly, to daily, to morning and afternoon, little bite-sized pieces that'll get us closer, that'll always move us closer during our, through our daily activity, I should say. And hey, I want a big shout out. I want to thank everybody that's reached out and decided to participate with the Success Planner and picked one up. You should be receiving those. You know what if you're new or newer, I use I'm old school, have always used a paper Success Planner. Online calendars are fine. I use those too, but those are what they are. They're calendars to keep track of appointments, to help you manage appointments. But I use a success planner too to knock out blows. I plan for my success and I work my plan. And the trend is going back to paper planners. It has been for a long, long time. The industry, you can do your own research on it, is huge. I've never gotten away from them. There's something to say for writing things down, using your hand to write and to write your goals over and over again and to write out your plan and to schedule and plan your success. So I offer through this show, the Genesis Frequency, being a franchisee of Leadership Management International. I offer the success planner for you, and you can get just reach out. I'm not going to get into it. This isn't a commercial for that, really, but you can get them in a variety of ways, the binders and things like that. But when you do that, I do an ongoing uh, goals workshop and how to use the planner and how to use the tools in there to help you be more efficient about moving through your day and knocking out those goals that are going to move you closer to that big dream goal. So, would love to have a conversation with you about that. Reach out to me, Stephen, Stephen. That's Stephen with a PH at successocean.com. That's my email, goes right to me. It's not checked by anybody else. Other thing you can do is go to my calendar, successappointment.com. It's just a calendar, not a fancy landing page. It's just my calendar, successappointment.com. It'll open up in your time zone. Pick a time. Let's have a conversation. You want to get into more, provide me more information, that's great too. Go to successocean.com or thegenesisfrequency.com. Either one of my websites, successocean.com is being updated as we speak. But either one, you can find me. You can reach out to me. I'm available, and I look forward to speaking with you. I work with individuals, small businesses, and corporations. I do leadership development programs for groups, for teams, in companies, or just somebody wants to come on board and do something that will help improve themselves. Let's talk about it. So, hey, that's what I do. Now, let's move on from the we did the review for the quarter, the last 3 months, or maybe you're just getting started with, hey, you want to do quantum leap goal achievement. You want to move quickly from where you are now to your big dream goal. Whatever it is, we have to have a plan, and we talked about that in the last episode. Having a plan and sticking to the plan. And we'll do another episode coming up here in a few weeks on persistence, and that's really, really important. In fact, when I was training with Bob Proctor, he had a couple different students that he had appointments with, and they would read every single day for 30 days. He would do it back to back, the entire chapter on persistence in Think and Grow Rich. So I think it's time we go back and revisit that chapter. So we'll do a few shows on that, few episodes on that here up in a couple of weeks. Got some travel coming up, so we're going to knock out what is our daily ritual. Okay, so we want to have a plan. We don't ever change the goal if we've done the work properly and identified the goal through identifying what we're passionate about, what we love, what is the life we would love to experience, what is the life we would love to live, what is the longing and discontent that we may be experiencing, and what would fill in that place so that we wouldn't have that feeling of longing and discontent. So if we did the goal setting right and we did the laid out a plan for ourselves to follow, have the big dream goal over here. That's where we're going. We know where we're going. We crystallized our thinking and we got a clear picture of what it all looks like. And we chunked it down into our monthly, into our weekly, into our daily steps that'll get us there. Let's go a little bit further. And what would be a common denominator for each and every day? What would be your personal success plan? And I'm going to share a couple I use, probably do it over the course of a couple episodes here. But in the business that I'm in, personal and professional and leadership development, I use a couple daily plans. And I'm going to share a couple different ones that I have so you can maybe pick and choose. I don't think you want to vary too far off from what I'm sharing with you. Of course, depending on what industry you're in, it might look a little bit different for you, I should say. But these are kind of general, and you can tweak them and fine tune them and make them work for you. So you have your plan, you have specifically the goals you want to achieve for every single day, and your productive activities identified. What is your personal success plan? What is your daily go-to list that if I'm doing these things every day and I'm consistent, I'm persistent, I am going to be a goal achievement machine and I'm going to knock this out. I am going to be wealthy in every way, personally and professionally, and in my private life, in my relationships, in my health and physical fitness, and time and money freedom, and everything that we talk about when we're talking about the total person concept. So in the personal success plan, number one, crystallize your thinking. And hopefully you've done this. You've determined what specific goal you want to achieve. You got to know that. Because other than that, if we don't have this first, we don't have this in place, we're just showing up every day. "Oh, I wonder what I'm going to do today. I wonder what's going to come up." And then we're just every day is just a series of reactions to things that pop up. Okay. Let's schedule these things and how we respond to them properly rather than just being that steel ball in the pinball machine that I often refer to. So we want to crystallize our thinking, determine what those goals are. If you haven't done that already, what do you want to achieve? And really rededicate yourself every day. Dedicate yourself to the attainment of those goals with unswerving singleness of purpose. And you want to have that zeal for that. If you've done the work right, and we can talk about this one on one if you want to do that, but if you've done the work right, there should be tremendous enthusiasm. Okay, I got a plan. I'm going here. There is no way I cannot get to the finish line because I'm taking a step every single day. And if I take a step every day, I am going to achieve at my destination, right? If I get in the car, even if I just do 2 miles a day and my destination is 100 miles away, I'm eventually going to get to that destination. So you want to bring that zeal and enthusiasm every day. I got a plan. And as long as I do all this today, as long as I achieve all these things on my list today, these bite sized pieces, I will come to that point where I am experiencing the realization of my big dream goal. So that should be enough right there to get you excited. You identified your why you want it. You're excited about it every day. Sit down and rededicate yourself. I'm doing this thing. I'm doing it today. And this doesn't mean it's all going to be easy. It's all going to be a cakewalk, but you're dedicating yourself to it, saying, I know why I want this and I still want it. I'm dedicated to achieving this and I'm going to march through every obstacle. And hopefully, you've already thought about the obstacles. And if you're using my success planner, we do that on a weekly basis, a goal planning system where we identify possible obstacles that might arise. And already in advance, we list out solutions and ways around those obstacles. So just know this that, this is, we plan everything out, so we're dedicated. We're enthusiastic about it. We're moving forward. Number two, continue to develop your plan for achieving your goal. Now, remember, you have a deadline. All right. So maybe it's at the end of the year. Maybe it's in 3 months. Maybe it's a 5 year plan. Maybe it's a 3 year plan or a 2 year plan, a 1 year plan, a 6 month plan. It doesn't matter what it is, but you have a deadline. All right. And maybe you're knocking off pounds for your daughter's wedding, or maybe it's your wedding. It doesn't matter. But you have a plan for achieving your goal. You have a deadline for its attainment. So you're planning your progress carefully. I mean, even, I always talk about breaking it down, chunking down that big dream goal to what am I going to do this month? What am I going to do this quarter? What am I going to do this month? What am I going to do this week? What am I going to do this day? What I'm going to do this morning? What I'm going to do this afternoon? We can even go, what am I going to do this hour? Hour by hour. And that's where the success planning system comes in. Hour by hour, day by day, month by month. We want to plan our progress so we can look back and say, okay, where am I gauging? I'm sitting down, I'm doing that analysis for the week, for the month, for the quarter. How was my progress? Right? So we want to look at that. We want to develop the plan. If we need to tweak it, we tweak the plan. We don't change the goal to settle, right? That's what a lot of people do. Well, doesn't look like I'm going to be on track to do that, so I'll just settle for something a little bit less. No, you've already done that work. You know what you want, right? So we want to plan our progress carefully, organized activity, maintain that enthusiasm I just talked about, and find the power in that. Find the power. Okay, I knocked out these three things. I got one more thing I got to knock out for today. I'm enthusiastic about this. I can get going on tomorrow's list already. I can get ahead of myself for the whole week. have some breathing room at the end of the day. I always like to get everything done by Friday. I thought that was cool. All right. Number three, develop a sincere desire for what you want in life. And this comes from really identifying your why. That burning, when you got the right goal, you know why you want it. Burning desire is the greatest motivator, it really is, of every human action. So you want to keep stoking that fire of desire. And, the desire for success implants a success consciousness within you. All right. We're moving into the state. And I'm talking about the mental state, the emotional state, your state of mind, which in turn creates vigorous and ever increasing habits of success. You become what success is. Remember, I always talk about the model be, do, and have. So you're being, by doing all these things, you're being what success is. You're becoming the person that achieves success on a minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, month by month, quarter by quarter, year by year, uh, all the time. You are this. You are becoming what success is. And it's through the habits of success by doing those things that unsuccessful people don't like to do. All right, number four, develop supreme confidence in yourself and your own abilities. You can do this thing. Again, it all goes back to how we set ourselves up. When I work with people on goal achievement, one of the things I ask them when they believe that they have landed on their big dream goal and uncovered everything that they really want to experience in life, I say, all you got to ask yourself is this: am I willing to do what it's going to take? And am I able to do this? Am I willing? And am I able? And this is really lining everything up with smart goals, right? So if you're willing and able, you're in good shape. So if you're willing and able, you should have the confidence. Now there's might be things you don't know how to do yet. And remember, the entire big dream goal, you don't have to set that big dream goal by knowing how you're going to do it, how you're going to do everything that it's going to take. You may need to partner or joint venture or hire or, you know, search and learn a lot of different things. You might have to spend a lot of time in the silence, just accessing infinite intelligence for some wisdom, for some inspiration, for some guidance, right? But you can have confidence in all that. So you want to develop this. I have confidence in myself. I have confidence in my own abilities. And I know that if I don't have what I need, I am confident that I can go and find it, right? So it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what needs to be done. You still want to have, hey, I'm confident I can get this done. And this is a supreme confidence. I'm not listening to any obstacles. I'm not listening to any negative monkey chatter. I'm not listening to people outside of me or people that try to knock me down or bring me down. I'm not listening to the news that tells me everything out there sucks. I'm not listening to that. I have confidence in myself. I have confidence in my own abilities. I have confidence in finding solutions and finding answers. We want to take this into every activity that we participate in through our day, and we're talking productive activities here, without giving mental recognition to the possibility of defeat. Right? You got to have that can-do attitude. You want to concentrate on your strengths, what you're good at, and do those things, not your weaknesses. Again, we may have to, find someone else to do some certain things. We may have to hire an assistant to do other things. We want to concentrate on our strengths. What are we good at? What are we strong What is our strong suit, right? So that's where we want to put our focus, and we want to do those things because we've identified, man, that's what I'm really, really good at. That's what I love doing. That's the piece of the puzzle that I'm going to take on. And we can delegate a lot of the other stuff. So you want to concentrate on your powers instead of your problems. You want to concentrate on those assets, those mental assets, your mental faculties, your spiritual faculties, all those things. Your mental faculties again are memory, intuition, reason, perception, will, imagination, and we've gone over and over and over again, even your higher faculties, and we'll talk about those more too as we move forward because we got to wrap this up here. So that was number 4. Number 5 is just develop that dogged determination to follow through on your plan, regardless of any obstacles, any criticism, regardless of circumstances. Stuff will come up. Let it come up. Again, I really kind of wrap this into the other ones. What other people say, whatever people do, whatever they think, it doesn't matter. Construct your determination with sustained effort, controlled attention, and concentrated energy. Just waiting around and waiting for things to happen. Opportunities never come to those who wait. They are captured by those who dare to take action. So take action every day on your plan. Okay. And I know I went through this quickly. I wanted to get this done in one episode, but I'm going to recap this in the next episode and share a few more activities that you can build into this. So you can take from today, you can take from what I'm going to share in the next episode and build your own daily personal plan for success, your daily activities for success. I want you to build out your own and then reach out to me, share it with me what works, and maybe we'll talk about it together on the next or upcoming show. So that's going to do it. Hey, I encourage you to reach out to me. Stephen at successocean.com, thegenesisfrequency.com, successocean.com, successappointment.com. Reach out. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your business. Let's talk about your corporation, your organization, your ministry, and how we can help you. I can help you knock out some of those big dream goals that you have in every area of your life. For now, I want to remind you, you've been listening to the Genesis Frequency Podcast with me, Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna, and I wish for you an infinitely spectacular day. God bless you.